Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, team. Here we are back at it. Normal time, normal intro. I'm sure you guys are all here to talk about the big news yesterday, right? There might have been this opening day football game that we all watched. No one really cared so much about, say, the WNBA and, of course, the MLB. But yeah, some cool stuff happened there as well. Sparks hung in there, got the money, got the over. Also had the Dodgers finally got it done. The Braves got it done. Ramon had to text me to say that the Angels got it done there as well. But yeah, the big news, you guys are talking about it. Those pesky Lions pulled off the upset there in Arrowhead. Tough place to play. Got to give them some props, Ramon. How are you?
Hey, great, Mindy. It was a great way to start the season with a tight, close ball game that went down to the wire. Yeah, the Lions, look, we had the Chiefs. I get it. We both had, let's just make it clear, we did both have our premium
Our
play
best
on
bet
that
was the
game,
under.
on
Yes.
the under in that game. Well, I'll have more on NFL. We'll be talking NFL today as well on Sunday. I think that's a main thing of our show. We're going to preview the early games on Sunday. But as far as last night's game is concerned, hello, everyone. Welcome to the morning steam with the Midwest Premier Sports Handicapper, Mindy Hahn. I'm Ramon Scott. Mindy,
Yeah.
look, the Lions came in with all the good mojo coming in,
guess,
right? And the
right?
Chiefs, we were kind of fading the news a little bit. Everyone was kind of, I think, more on the news. And I think the Lions were the public side in that game for the most part, given the move. And I think they played well enough to overcome the mistakes that the Chiefs made, not to mention their best two of their best three players not suited up.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs, is there any panic in Chiefs Kingdom, Mindy Hunt?
I don't really feel like. I feel like there was lots of mistakes that were made. I mean, 9 drops. No team is going to win with that occurring. So I'm not, panicked yet. Even though I moved to another KC team across the parking lot today.
And Ron, he's going to, Ron had his Lions. I hope it does work out for the Lions this year. They deserve, look, they played with a lot of momentum last year at the end of the season. It's carrying over here, and let's see if it is what it is at this point. At this point, let's say hello to everyone rolling in for the show. We got a busy show, so we got to do a thank you, Thomas, like in Smash. Here we go with Drake. Daphne Seals is here again.
Good morning.
Blake. Yeah. Ron talking about it. We better show the comment, otherwise they'll think. Did they shock the? I don't know if they. I mean, like I said, I thought a lot of people cashed on the Lions. I felt we were in the minority.
Yeah, DraftKings. They got hosed last night by that being up 7. You were up 7 with the Lions and up 7 with the Chiefs, so they lost a lot of money yesterday.
Hey, Tone Miggins, nice to see you. Thank you for your props here today. And not much yet going on in the chat, so we'll get rolling. Head on over maybe to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did what yesterday.
NFL hangover, huh?
Maybe it is. We're going to talk about, we'll roll with baseball early as there's a Cubs game. There's one college football game tonight we'll talk about. There are 5 in the WNBA. We'll kind of roll through them maybe. Things are getting close to the end, and then we'll talk NFL. And Mindy, you had a couple of premium winners yesterday. I don't know. What could Kelsey have done if he was he would have to go
what would he probably would have got 12 passes,
9 for 150 or something. He would have needed because he didn't have. Mahomes didn't have any other options except those guys that couldn't hang on to it. So it was kind of like, maybe he just would have kept going to kill. I'm sure they would have, piled in on him. It probably would have maybe changed things. But all right, let me get the website up here, Mindy, and take a look at who's hot at our website. You had 2 winners yesterday. We both had the under in the Sunday night game as our premium pick. And you also had the Mariners yesterday, as I did on the show.
That's right.
Over the Rays. we're going to preview just 5. I should make a note. We're just going to preview 5 major league games today. Mindy, we picked them, and we went with closely rated games. That's another thing we're going to throw out.
Card games in there, right? I mean,
yeah.
You said we could still put the Padres in as long as they're playing a team, that are in contention.
As long as the Astros, as long as they're not playing any. But that's the thing. I mean, we can eliminate. I think so. We were saying, get rid of the games that are not involving play, but also those $3 games that nobody wants to talk about. I mean, we don't need those. We don't need to talk about those either.
I'm like, I didn't put any of those in there, did I? Oop, I didn't look to see.
No. Oh, you didn't actually. Okay, I thought you. I was like, oh, nice job. Nice job picking all, closely rated games.
Doing, the closely rated
right.
wild card contention.
We'll take note of that. Don't put any $3 game. Nobody wants to. No.
I know.
Hey, I will mention just real quick here while we have the screen up, but some games we won't be previewing, but I do see some steam right now. Game moving here on the Washington Nationals, taking money against the Dodgers right now. That Dodger line's moving lower. So I don't know if you're on the Nationals here or looking to get on them.
Why not?
Take them just a little bit of some report. Well, even though they've been in that slump, we still know they were, kind of money makers there for a little while. So. All right, and just as we were coming on the air, the Cardinals also took action against the Reds, against Awesome Abbott, going up against our guy, read-only memory, Rom. Collins Brown, he had a great month of August. He's continuing it here in September. Tiffany was 4-1. Also, Collins 4-0, Tiffany 4-1. Ben Ruhala, he's rolling with the Dogs 3-1. Nick Martini 67%. Joseph Schultz, Daniel Wolasachuk won their only plays. Mindy, there you are with your 2 wins. Sean Dinwiddie and Ralph Raymond. Over the last 7 days, there it is. I said Collins Brown up 6.5 units, 26-18, good record. Nick Lagarettos, good record. Ralph Raymond, Tony T up there as well. Yesterday, let's see here. 30 days. There we go. Nick Vartini up 8.5 units. I'm still up there, up 7 units. I'm ready to crush this NFL card with you, though. I'll tell you that. We're going to give you a bunch of free winners in a moment, but you get your premium picks over at Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including those from Mindy and I. We're going to get those up there right after the show. But first, we're going to see what we have with Team Steam. You guys help us out. Tony T's got his Friday 3-pack up there already, including that college football game tonight between Illinois and Kansas. $15 picks from the crew and best bets. Nope, nobody's got a best bet yet. Hope they do. We need them. I think we might. I think I might in the NFL. I'm going to tell you that in a minute. All right. To say hello to a few more people. And I also, Mindy, just want to announce a little bit of a format change with the show here moving forward. So Mindy joining us today. First of all, Mindy, you were 85% yesterday. You sound pretty great. You sound pretty great. I don't know, 24 hours probably doesn't, and the Chiefs lost probably, and maybe a couple of cold ones.
Yeah, well, I stayed up a little bit too late, but that's kind of been the main thing. Just kind of, pesky, kind of just sleepy, tired at the moment. Okay. So I talked to Latifah. She said, expect another, week or so of being a little tired. I'm getting better, like 90%. We'll just say I move up 5% every day.
That's a great point. It is interesting to note that we do have our own nurse on the staff.
Right.
I didn't think about that. Okay, so moving forward, we're going to put Mindy on business hours. Basically, she's been a business person all her life, Monday through Friday. Mindy will join me on the morning steam. We're still going to roll through. It's football season.
Right.
We're going to roll through football games pretty much all week. Baseball season's over for the most part. I mean, we'll talk playoffs and all that every time. I'll be with you on the weekends. Mindy saw she thinks I can handle it. I won't say the only reason, but I need Mindy. but on the weekends, it's going to be me flying with you solo in the mornings. Same thing like I've been doing for the last week or 10 days. So Mindy will be with us Monday through Friday, and those will be great. those are our most watched shows, so why not? And then I'll be with you Saturday and Sunday. And I'd like to also announce a new video, a new program. What is it called? What are they called here?
I was going to say feature, but yeah, program. New program.
New program on Tony's
stuff.
Picks YouTube channel. Something that hasn't been done on his channel, but I'm very proud to announce it. I'll be joining you live on NFL Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific. Maybe you've seen some of the companion shows, the live betting shows that are on at that time. A lot of them are, great video friends, if you will. You're doing this business, but I'm going to go with them heads up right here. Hey, if you can't beat them, join them, or if you can't join them, beat them. I think that's what I'm saying. If you can't join them, beat them. So I'm tired of hanging out in the chat. I'm going to join you live with live descriptions of action, live line updates, some picks as well. But I think for me, the most important feature that's going to differentiate our show, I'm talking about me, you guys in the chat, that's going to differentiate our show is that at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Pacific, when the college lines start coming out, we're going to break them down live on the air. We're going to give you all the line moves as they happen. I subscribe to the line services. I'm going to give you the fastest line moves I can. Get your college rotation orders ready. You always hear about the handicappers talking later in the week. I got this number, I got that number, and we're sitting there with our sheets, and we're like, how come I didn't get -3 and I'm on -4.5 now? We're going to be ready to roll Sunday. We're still going to be watching the NFL action. Believe me, when you got me, hey, all of our group is welcome to join me. It's probably going to be me by myself and you guys in the chat watching NFL football, me yelling and screaming touchdowns. And this first week, we're going to go 6 hours, I think. We're going to do the early games and the late games. Later in the season, when the buys start happening, there's 3 games in the afternoon. Ramon going to not going to do that. 3 games, a little too slow for me. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we will do it. And Mindy, we might even pull Mindy in once in a while to say
see what we can do, right? Yes.
So let's get rolling. But I just want to announce that. So, but just get the situation square with Mindy as well. That's when she'll be joining us. A few more comments from our gang and see how they think of that. What they think of that too, maybe.
Right.
I hope you guys will join me. And that's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific, every NFL Sunday moving forward. Fantasy football. I like the videos that I saw, Mindy, that were talking about the worst fantasy drafts. You could have all these guys that are already, hey, Ernest Jones, all these guys that are already gone for the season or holding out or injured. All right, you guys, great to see you all.
It was still my favorite week was when Alvin Kamara had like 74 fantasy points, and they were still showing teams that lost that week. That was one of my favorites. That was a couple years ago.
They were showing some people that like drafted like 3 straight first, second round, like the 3 top guys who have already had to be out for a certain time. Is that okay? All right. Well, we got just 3 dozen. I'm worried, Mindy. A little bit light, but we got to get started. There's too many games. I was going to try to wait. Let's get rolling with this show. There's just 5 baseball games to preview for us. We'll start with the day game. I'm sure that was a little bit of Mindy thinking here because, hey, what's a Friday? Half the time without a Cubs game.
You're going to have to sit down if you have to lick me in the face. I can't see at the same time.
I've heard. I've been told that to myself. Okay. Here we go. Diamondbacks. And by the way, USA, they've taken the lead. I gave out. I was.
That's right. I did see that in the Discord. Yeah.
I gave it out.
Trying to do better about checking everything out.
Okay, well, you've had an excuse, but I will say right now, I mean, this thing's going way, way over at this point. It may slow down because this is a big, important game, and Germany leads by 2 with 2.5 minutes to go. We already saw the other game today with Serbia. We gave out that one as well. So trying to go 2-0. Good thing these aren't premiums because I'd be destroying Mindy.
I know. You would have crushed it. And Women's World Cup. I mean, just crushing it.
I love these other sports. But a little bit more steam coming in. Games we're not covering. Oakland A's taking steam right now against the Texas Rangers today. Interestingly, with Texas, the way things are going. Okay, we can get started with the Diamondbacks and the Cubs here with Tyone going up against Gallen in this one, Mindy, and two good teams here, two good teams, certainly.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of hard to go against the Cubs, but I think I'm going to do it here today. It's only because of Tyone on the mound. Just been really sketchy, shaky at best. He kind of continues to, stumble. 13 runs in his last 3 outings and only 17 innings pitched. Just surrendered a lot of home runs lately. So for me, he's kind of the weak link in that rotation here right now. And then you're going up against Gallen here today on the mound. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Diamondbacks here today.
Okay, Mindy, on the Diamondbacks on the road here. I'm hoping that it'd be nice to have Tyone turn it around. Could they find a way to get him out of the rotation for the postseason? I think so. You only need 3 pitchers. I think the Cubs can manage, but this continues to, spiral here. I do like the spot for the Cubs. I don't know what else I can say about it. Although the only thing about Gallen is, he's got Tyone-like numbers in his last 2 games for sure.
Tyone-like numbers. That's good.
He's also gone the Cubs, the Diamondbacks are 1-5 on the road in Gallen's last 6 road starts. So I'm not sure on the side. I'm just going to give out the over here in this one. In fact, I'll update it here. I don't want to, make it too easy on myself. The steam definitely came in on the over. And even though the steam has come in on the over in this one, that does not mean the wind is blowing out. If you look at a total like this, it's still hanging on at 7.5. I haven't even actually seen it. Maybe someone in the chat, as we get the comments rolling here, can say it. But I would imagine there's virtually no wind or the wind blowing in. But yet it'll still be steam over, maybe because of these pitchers struggling like they are. Okay, let's see. Anybody on this here in this one? We've got...
I'm talking about the Ravens. Oh, my goodness. We'll get there soon enough.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't wait to the NFL.
We got like 5 baseball games, you guys. You got to suffer through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys are going over. Big Lucci, USA struggling with Germany and Schroeder. These guys are like Germany. They yell at each other on the bench or but that's, and then they ask Schroeder, like, we're Germans. That's what we do. That's how we compete. So good for Germany right now. Maybe they will. Maybe it'll be Germany and Serbia. USA doesn't look, this is going to be, who knows. But USA's had some good second halves. All right, I'm on the over here, Mindy, in this one with these, like it's giving out Gallen's bad numbers there a little bit. And, of course, Tyone. I will mention Cubs have gone under in 9 of their last 11, but I'll take the over. All right. Mariners and Rays, 2 teams also headed to the postseason here. And you have Kirby on the road. This is now a pick'em pretty much for the most part. And the total 8 under 15.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I feel like Taj Bradley has just not really been able to settle in this year much at all. He couldn't make it out of the 4th inning last time he went up against this Mariners team. He gave up 5 runs in that game. And you're kind of hitting an offense right now with the Mariners that are, I think, hitting their stride. Plus, you got George Kirby on the mound. He dominated that Rays team once before. It's one of those still, hey, the bullpen did its job yesterday. I hope they get it done here today. I do like the Mariners in this one to get game 2. Taking Mariners here.
Does seem like the more, a bit of a class difference on the mound here in this one with Kirby. Yeah, maybe his last couple of games have been mediocre, but for Bradley, they've been bad. You said it, and they've also just gone 1-6 in Bradley's last 7 starts. Tampa Bay, still pretty hot. Mariners, not as much, but I think at this price, pick them. I'm willing to go with you here. Let's take the Mariners I think they're still feeling like these, keep on winning. Look, Tampa Bay's got the better record, and they obviously Mariners were able to get it done yesterday. Mindy, I gave it out on the show. Oh yeah, you had the premium. We already talked about that. So, all right. Let me see here. I may have I do. I did a copy and paste, and I've got a typo. Stand by. I'm going to retype the Marlins here, or you could start the Marlins and the Phillies with Perez. I've got Mariners and Kirby here against Phillies again. Okay, there it is. Okay, Phillies here. In fact, it's down to $1.30, so a pretty strong move here on Miami today. Right now, Mindy, and the total is 9. 15
Yeah,
cents.
well, I mean, we're looking at Philly, the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks there in the wild card. I'm not so sure the Cubs are going to get that game, so maybe Arizona goes up, and I'm not so sure Philly's going to get this one. So it's a good day maybe for the Arizona Cardinals here. Yuri Perez, we've talked about it, has been totally solid this whole year. 16 innings pitched, only given up 3 runs. It's one of those that Sanchez just hasn't been, great. 4.88 ERA. I think Miami and that young hitting squad gets it done here today over the Phillies.
Yeah, that's the way it is right now, Mindy, in the wild card. I mean, Miami had moved into the last position, and then all of a sudden Arizona's back in it, and they're in the position, and now you have them maybe taking that extra lead. Of course, got to deal with the Reds too today, and they are at home as a favorite against the Cardinals. We did tell you about that steam on the Cards, but nonetheless. I'm going to end up here in this one going over. I might be given a chance here for Philly in this one, but you mentioned some of the pitching woes for these guys. So Sanchez, 4.76 ERA in his last 4 starts, and the Phillies have gone over in 5 of his last 6 starts. The Marlins have gone over in 6 of their last 7 games. So I'll take the over in this one. And I'm also probably going to, looking to capitalize on this discount. I shocked you there with a 15-cent move on the Marlins, but I didn't know which way you were going. What's the chat got here? Hope I didn't skip the chat in that Mariners Rays. I feel like I did, right?
There was only a couple. There was more leaning Seattle a little bit. Thomas Lewis kind of like the Tampa Bay money line.
Okay, good.
That's kind of what we're looking at.
Sorry about that, everybody. I got we got so much to cover, and
I
got Mindy on like a pitch count, I think is what I'm trying to say. Okay, TK is going against me here. Nathan, here come the Seattle. Oh, those were the Seattles. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe it was just a little bit. I see. Yeah, we're having a little bit light on our numbers, aren't we? Wonder what's going on with that. All right. Hope you're not quitting us. We're just about ready to get rolling. Here's Phillies for Brent. Talking about our NFL, Mindy. I think we're gonna
crush it.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna be. We're upset about that KC, but I mean, we did have the under pretty much zeroed in. Something about your quote was the mid 40s. So, there you go. All right. Mindy on the Marlins. I'm on the over. Brewers and Yankees here. Brewers going to be an underdog here to these sorry Yankees. $1.20, 9 under 20.
Yeah, I think it looks a little sus, right, for this Brewers team. I'm taking the Brewers here, a little bit of plus money. Yankees, they had their spurts with greatness here over the last week, and then boom, ran into Rodon, only pitching 3 innings, giving up 8 earned runs. I had the under in that game, so I was surprised a little bit by Rodon's outing there. But the Brewers are just playing well. I feel like they've kind of been in control. It's one of those, I think they're sneakily in first place there. And the Yankees are just not putting up those runs like I remember them in the past, only averaging about 4.25 here right now. I like Colin Ray here to have a comfortable lead and go late innings. I'll take the Brewers here.
Okay, Minnie says take the Brewers in this
Oh
one.
yeah, and the Yankees are pitching Severino. That's all you got to know.
That's well, he's last 3 starts. He's got a 2 ERA with a 2-0 record. So he's
I've
obviously
just not been a fan of
inconsistent.
these pitchers this year. I don't know. I've always liked the Yankees starters, and this year they've just kind of been a little blah.
Well, it does seem like in some years, they've had the more of the high dollar big ace, but it looks to me like they end up going with kind of they do have the young guy. Some of the guys are trying to work into being started. I mean, if you're Clark Schmidt, I mean, you're a starter for the New York Yankees. That's a pretty big deal, but you're still like a developing pitcher that there has some expect. But if you're, guys like Severino, and we know, with Herman, whatever he's done, but just those type of guys that are just journeymen, they're probably actually making too much money for probably what they're getting. Maybe they were even on a discount, but they didn't produce. So it was a big. They're going to use Boone as a scapegoat. They really didn't do. I don't think the Yankees did enough personnel wise, but okay. Anyway, here I'll take the under in this one with Severino. Just Yankees at home, Brewers on road, I think is maybe what I'm looking at. Yankees have gone over in just 2 of their last 10 games. I'll take under 9 here. Not necessarily going to fade. I think the value might be with the Brewers in this one, but Colin Ray worries me right now with a 7 ERA in his last 4 starts. So, okay, we'll find a play. Maybe we won't find a play in baseball. Now,
Maybe we won't.
Let me just back up here a little bit. There are probably just a few plays here from the gang. And because I think, we show them because people are sitting there watching, and I think we're just 2 opinions, Mindy, and what we really end up with is upwards of sometimes half a dozen to a dozen other opinions, including other derivatives in games, and picks are picks to look at and make your mind think about if you like something. Okay, Padres. Snell's still alive for the Cy Young Award, I would guess. But Strider's looking good even after that game. I don't know what's going on. Brown here, favorite at home with the Astros, $1.25, 8.5 over, -120.
Yeah, I still, don't ever know exactly what to expect out of this Padres team. The Astros,
Whatever.
a huge sweep versus the Rangers there. This is kind of a tough one. I think I am going to go ahead and go with the Padres here. I'll take them with a little bit of plus money. I kind of feel like Hunter Brown hasn't necessarily been great on the mound here this season. He's kind of their weaker link, if you ask me. And I really like Snell. I think he's been great.
Yeah, I always whined all year, and then a couple starts ago, or was it last start? Whatever, he went, it's like 7 innings. But I mean, it's just that he's kind of a master out there. You can utilize every single pitch to your advantage. Unfortunately, maybe you run into high pitch counts, and that's what happens. But you've got to negotiate your way around a lineup and a strike zone and all that. But when you are able to get the outs in the form that Snell sometimes gets them, you can cut down on your pitches and work a little longer. I did say we'll find a play. We already were on the Mariners, and this is the role. I'd rather take the Padres in, Mindy, as a road dog, right? I mean, I think you don't need me on the show. I think even though I'm supposed to be the Padres expert, we're gonna take them as a road dog. We're gonna fade them as favorites, and we only have another month to do it because they are. They keep showing them as that last team on TV, like even below like some, but they're not. I'll take the Padres. Brown 9 ERA in his last 4 starts. Snell a 2 ERA in his last 5 starts. Padres 7-1 in Snell's last 8 starts. And how about the Astros? They did smash, no doubt, in that series. They're coming back home right now where they've lost 7 of their last 9 games. So, they could be off a little bit of a, I don't know if anyway, they just destroyed they crushed the poor Rangers in that series. Here come the plays from the chat, and they're going to be against us here. It looks like pretty solid. TK's got his lock here. And, as we always say no locks or whatever, but I'm kind of changing my mind because there's no other emoji to express a solid sports pick. Is there? Is there any emoji that can express
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
a solid sports pick other than a lock? Show me your emoji that could represent, that I would look at and say, oh, that's his bomb pick, or super cheeky smiley face, roses heart, shoulder shrug, play of the day. Okay. Thanks, Mindy. Good job on baseball. We got 2 plays. That feels okay. Maybe it'll free us up for, I don't want to say it like that, but maybe we'll have a few premiums there. Look, there's no problem, right? Our morning steam percentage has been just unbelievable. So hope we're not making the wrong decision here, but we're going to move into some football. There's one game tonight. You may find it. You may be, missing it. It was actually a game that was moved to Friday quite a while ago, but it was in the Saturday rotations. I do believe it's game number 351 and 352 with Illinois and Kansas here. So no, not a great game, but it's Friday night college football. I'll be spending my time tonight, Mindy, watching my high school football games,
Right.
but I'll probably have this one on with Illinois and Kansas. These teams haven't met since before I was born.
Really? That's crazy. I didn't realize that.
1968. So
wow.
Just a couple months before I was born.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to go ahead and lean with the road dog here in this one, Ramon. I'm going to go ahead and take the Fighting Illini coming into this one with maybe big hopes here for the season. I think for me, it kind of comes down to, that defense last year was ranked number 4 in the nation. I just think they're going to be the team that has a little bit more here to prove. Jayhawks, they do concern me a little bit because they do have a pretty experienced offense, even with like Daniels out there week 1. They were still able to put up some points here. But I think defense early in the season wins out with these offenses, especially if they're ones that may not be clicking, with some backup quarterbacks, or if we don't have the backup quarterback, then we have Daniels in there still having a first game of the season. So I'm going to go ahead and take the points here.
Yeah, I think we know where we stand on it. And let's see here. All right, Mindy says take the points with the Fighting Illini on the road. Kansas trying to sift through what's going on. They won that game against Toledo, but they didn't cover 9.5, and they were actually outgained by the Rockets. Altmaier threw for 211 yards. Is that right? Oh, boy. All right, Jayhawks 4-0 against non-conference teams last year against the spread. Illinois plays Penn State next. I'm going to take the over in this one, 55, and I'm way off this. It was as low as 51.5 and as high as 58.5. Been a lot of variance here in this matchup. I'm not too fond of this game. I don't think I'll go with you or against you, or I might not even play as a premium here at all. Just going to go over. And in this one, Bean, I'm sure Bean is, going to be fine when he's in there. All right. You guys do anything in the chat? I don't want to say the chat's left me hanging on. It's tough. It's different, right? When the games are talked about way in advance, and just there wasn't. Only Thomas has hung with me the whole show and made some picks with me. And Thomas, with all due respect, he's not a huge college football fan. A lot of times he was going with mascots, and here he does have the campus.
Who has the better color, better uniform?
Yeah. And I don't know. If we take into consideration the Illini and their actual reference and we might actually, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't go any further. Ron Hahn on the over, and maybe you guys are going over with me, and I'll take the over here. Rich G. Hey, Rich, nice to see you. Hope to catch you in a chat room here.
Yeah, I was telling Ramon before, Illinois is ranked 51st in the nation. Kansas, 59 currently.
Okay, so pretty
Ranked
close.
12th in the Big 12 is Kansas, and ranked 10th in the Big 10 is Illinois. Based off of national power rankings, that is.
Okay.
There you
Well,
go.
I had some other, only other one I'll throw. I had some other non-Illinois, and I didn't want to, I know you're not as, I know you're making a call. Doesn't sound like you're as hot either on it, but Illinois 0-4 against the spread, last 4 road openers of the season. Yeah, no, that's what I mean, Howard. Right? Not everybody's ready to go on their college. A lot of people are, Friday night, Saturday, they're going to look at college. So I was here just when I make my show. But hey, and we'll just cover as much as we can tomorrow with the rest of college football and maybe some premium picks tonight. There's a couple FCS games, so we'll cover as much as we can tomorrow. I will, Mindy, and we'll look at a bunch of games, mostly college football tomorrow. So we'll catch up on it. By the way, if you do want some college football previews, all of Tony's coverage is already done in video form and in written form on the website. So Tony's Picks. Apparently, that is the name of the channel and the website. So Tony's all done with his college football for the week. So don't wait for me if you need some plays. You can get them from Tony. And Mindy and I, and just want to mention one more thing about college football. So Mindy and I will be corresponding, and we will have our team Steam picks available, and these will be on the website. So we will have a lot more, Mindy, in the weeks to come a bit with college football. With your late return this week, with your coming back, please subscribe. We'll show you maybe one more time at the end of the show. Subscribe to our team Steam picks. On the weekends, those will be behind the paywall a little bit. But again, just check those handicapper leaderboards and see who's hot. And I think Mindy and I had winners yesterday. We're going to come back with it again to all weekend, including NFL late Sunday action too, because we're going to cover those early games. Let's go to the WNBA. Yeah. Last night, Mindy, actually, I did actually want to discuss that with you. We did have a great winner, I thought, there with the over.
Crush the over.
In the LA and Liberty game. I hope my inference was there on the Sparks when we talked about the game, but didn't give it out. I didn't play it as a premium, just played it in pocket.
I played it personally as well. Yeah.
Believe us or not, we only give you 100 picks a day. So we want to tell you we had a winner and we didn't give it out. We did, all right? I'll tell you if I lost. Okay. Anyways, Mindy, as we get down to the end here in the WNBA.
What, 2 days left?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. How many games do they play? 40 something here. We're getting down to the end. I know that. Trying to solidify some of these playoff teams. But here we have let me get the latest lines in the morning. WNBA sometimes has some moves. Yeah, and here the Mystics are 5.5, and this total is up to 162.5.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like these are two teams that have kind of been, hit or miss here over the last couple months. But I'm going to go ahead and I think take the Mystics here, laying the points here. I feel like Deladon, man, she's been shooting really well from the perimeter, probably better than I expected after her long layoff here. So, yeah, I kind of like the Mystics here today. I feel like the Dream, they really struggle in the second half, especially their scoring really tapers down towards the end of the game. And I think that's going to be optimal when Washington makes their move. Me, the Mystics. I guess it's sitting at 5.5 now.
Yeah, I did it to you, didn't I? But, already the move's been on the Mystics here. I think they opened as low as 4.5. So not necessarily any steam or anything that I've noticed on the side. But Atlanta, they've lost 14 of the last 17 meetings with Washington. And Atlanta has failed to cover the spread in 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. I'm going to end up going under, though, in this one. It's getting up there just a little bit. I'm just not sure. But Atlanta's gone under in 6 of their last 7 on the road. Washington has gone under in 5 of their last 6. And you seem to be expressing, was that right?
Omar, Omar said you guys actually sent the under out on that WNBA game on the site. I was like, did I really do that? We were just
did we?
about that.
Okay.
Oh
Apologies for that.
Ah.
We know Angel watches the show, but I don't think he catches it all the time. So, but we didn't. So I didn't get it wrong. I mean,
no, I mean, it sounds like maybe I entered it wrong into the system.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I gotta check here. Oh wow,
I didn't
that's a big
even
mess up.
notice
I'm
it.
sorry if that happened.
But I didn't. Okay, but I felt like we were. Well, we won't belabor it. We'll just apologize. But
Yes.
I thought on the show, and it seems like Angel noticed it, or maybe he was, whatever the case may be. Very sorry, but hopefully everybody on the show was okay with it, and we certainly discussed it as an over, though.
It sounds like it was me. I messed it up.
Let's move on. We'll just. We all make mistakes.
I know, but I feel bad that I entered it wrong. I'm going to blame my sickness. If I can do that, it's a good way to.
Well, I don't want to make
excuse.
I entered the play wrong yesterday too, but I'm just going to swallow it and I'm going to crank out more winners.
Right.
Yeah, we're in charge of that, Angel. So.
Yeah, that's totally my fault. Goodness. Yeah, I did. I put it in under 160.5. Sorry. Oh my God.
Actually, Mindy, I got to tell you the truth. I did the same thing when entering one of our plays last week too. But you weren't on the show, but you had sent the whites in. Hey, all subscribers, Angel, whoever. I know there's
Omar did it.
Certainly a few, certainly a handful of you. I see you in there right now already in the chat. But there was only 2 mistakes, I promise, that we've had. But I made one last week as well. So.
Oh boy. All right.
Think of where we'd be. We'd actually be even strong. We'd even be better. That's a crummy way to look at it.
I know.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Ron, we're just going to start doing featured games here moving forward. And tomorrow we might have just a couple of baseball games. Okay. Washington money line here. What's Terrell saying? He's been hot in the WNBA. Mystics money line or spread and the over. And I'm going under. Oh, no. Hello to Lovable Plays here. Daryl, we're coming up. We're going to cover all the games. And no, Ron. Oh, yeah. We're going to see. Okay. He said, gotcha. It's weird when you respond and then they've already heard you and I don't know what I'm doing. Fever and Sun here. Sun -10. And the total has dropped here within the last 90 minutes or so to 160.
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like the Fever have been covering spreads here a little bit lately. The Sun, I know they're always, I think capable of blowing teams out, but they just haven't really been doing it. I kind of feel like lately, this is the team that kind of worries me the most when I look at those team totals. Sitting in the mid, upper 70s. I kind of feel like they were always an 80 team early on. And now I feel like they're struggling to get that. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Fever +10 here.
Yeah, I want to say these are, I feel like we've done okay taking the ugly dogs. When we lose, it's usually ugly. It's kind of weird. We've had real good success with some of these dogs, but I'm on it with you. I'm on the Fever. Make no mistake. For me, it's more. Like you said, I mean, they just aren't covering numbers, Connecticut right now. Fever aren't covering anything. I mean, they've only covered 5 of the last 15 games. Interestingly, for me, I just spread up to, it was up to 10.5. It's not going to change anything. I'll take the Fever here in this one. I don't know if I can't even other than the fact that the Fever are actually probably playing their best basketball of the season. They've won 4 of their last 6. So Connecticut's still pretty, they're strong. They're moving, they're moving forward. They're, 3rd seeded team in the league right now. So, all right. Anything here from the crew? And I think Tom, I'm not sure what he's saying there. Rich talking about those baseball call-ups. We talked about it, right? But remember, like I said, it's only 2 players nowadays, but it's so, a lot of the pitching has been shifted out. Some of the veterans have been shipped out and bringing in some other call-ups and things like that. The rosters are only expanded to 2 additional players nowadays. They don't go to the 40. All right, there's that Lynx and Sky game. And here it's Sky, 4.5, 163.5.
All right. Well, I feel like Lynx have been a little bit better team, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Sky here in this one. They're at home. They really need this win. Again, we're talking about Sparks and Sky kind of fighting for those last wild card spots, or not wild card, but last spots into the playoffs here. I think basically for me, this is kind of just taking the home team. The Lynx play much better at home than they do on the road. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Sky -4.5.
They do. Both teams playing well. Both teams covering a little bit here of late. So that's good for Minnesota because of the fact that the position they're in right now, 5th place in the seedings. So their, games are a little bit more important here, but looking good for Minnesota, and the Sky not looking so hot. So I know what you're saying, though, and I 4.5 just worries me. It feels like a tight game here. We'll say, though, that Minnesota's gone over in 8 of their last 10, and Chicago's gone over in 4 of their last 6. So I'm going to have to go over in this one. Mr. Under goes over in the game between Minnesota and Chicago in this one. Daryl has got a novel on this one, but I don't mind. He likes the over in this one. So that's all I could read it all, but I just see it. He leans, though. It's a lean. All right, Mindy takes Chicago. Just have Storm and we. Oh, did I pick the wrong? Yeah,
No. He was just moving forward for the next one.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, but I just want to make clear on that last game, Mindy's on Chicago and I'm on the over. I'm really messing up our videos today, but that's okay. Dallas here, Mindy is up to an 11.5 point favorite here. They have taken steam within the last 90, maybe even shorter time ago. I saw it actually when we were already on the air, and the total is now 168. So 11.5 for these Dallas Wings right now, and that's a big number.
Yeah, it is a big number, right? I'm going to go ahead and take the over in this one. It's one of those, like, I want to go ahead and take the Storm. It's they rarely lose by 10 ultimately. They're usually able to hang in there, but I know this Wings team is just better than what they've been playing. I'm just kind of waiting for them to take off. I don't know why I feel like the Wings have had this bad lull here at the end of the season. But the over is 5-2 in the Storm's last 7 and 16-5 in the Wings last 21 overall. So yeah, I feel like we can get some numbers here today, taking the over.
Yeah, I mean, we've been, I think we've been underish all season, but the way the games have gone and fast starts, but now late in the season, maybe even if they aren't scoring as much, they're finding ways to get there. And despite our whatever happened yesterday, we know we are on the over. You mentioned Seattle going over in 5 of their last 7. And how about Dallas has gone over in 11 of their last 12? So let's take the over. I think the move is on the over. And we're on an over here in this one. All right. Second play there. And now, we're going to do all the games. We're committed to this league at this point. Can't find a ton of WNBA cover. I think that's why we get such great viewership. Shout out to everyone who watches the WNBA only video from the morning steam on the replay. And here you have the Aces. They're up to actually 18.5, 165.
Oh, yuck again. Yeah,
Really?
it's the Aces and the Mercury. I don't know which teams are ever going to show. This is a massive spread here. I feel like I've wanted to be on the Mercury, and they just haven't quite been getting it done. I don't know. I think there's like too much history in this because the Aces are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 road games, 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 overall. The Mercury is just as bad, 0-6 in their last 6 Friday games, 2-7 in their last 9 games overall. There's a bunch of 0 and a number. I just don't like this side at all. So I'm going to go ahead and take the over. The over's 18-6 in the Aces' last 24 road games. They do play well on the road. And then, of course, the over is 4-0 in the Mercury's last 4 overall. I'm going to go ahead and I know the Aces are have a big number versus this Phoenix Mercury team, but I think I like the over here a little bit better.
Okay, yeah, I'm. Look, all the trends do point to the over. Certainly, I just wonder about the Mercury. I'll go with I got the Aces to win this one.
All right.
In a groove right now.
It's fair. That's fair.
I don't want to. Well, they're not covering any numbers at all. The Aces. Every number is too big at this point. But the problem here is Phoenix isn't covering anything either, and they're an underdog every time. So Aces haven't covered in 6 of their last 7 on the road. Phoenix hasn't covered in 6 of their last 7. So neither team likes covering numbers, but I just think the Aces can cruise to the victory in this one. Probably would go over. You just pointed all those trends. I don't need to reiterate them. Hey, how about Germany leading the United States by 9 now?
9?
League basketball, but they've got only under 10 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. And it looks like Germany might be getting it done here, and the U.S. Look, it's not the A team out there. Great, good young talent, no doubt about it. And the aging veterans don't do this one. So whether or not they could have helped the team or whatever, doesn't matter. They're going to the Olympics. They've qualified, but they're not going to win the FIBA World Cup unless they can come back here. All right. Oh, there might be a few comments with the Aces here in this one. Lots of comments, actually. Daryl says he likes the Aces in the first half in this one. And Lovable plays how to play on the Dallas game. Okay. And we will get, I think we're going to get that. It's going to be close, but I think there might be some fouls. What am I talking about? It's a 3rd quarter, maybe. It's a minute it's not even the 4th quarter yet. I think I've got the over. I think I'm going to hit that over 180, Mindy. It's 92-72 at the end of 3 here.
What's 9 plus 9? Okay, you got it.
Unless the lights go out.
Right. So this they call it a day.
Here we go, Thomas.
Nothing's better than getting that over in the 3rd.
Yeah, I put that one up late. I was not as confident as this score would indicate, but back on the beam here. We got 1 game left in the really the championship moving forward. Okay, thanks, Daryl, for great comments today. We're going to go to the NFL.
Oh, look out. Here we come, NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Mindy Ramone crushed it last year.
One more comment from Daryl here. Oh, he's got the final game. Oh, he's going in. I think Daryl's got his own order, maybe. Oh, no, he's got, yeah. No problem. Still great contributions. All right. I don't know, Brent. I watch those too, but we're so happy that you guys choose us as to start your day here. Right. I mean, again, like I said, I mean, I'm just trying to bring you the information, really. I hope we win all these plays. All right, Mindy. the
All right.
NFL
Here we go.
here. Well, one more time here because this will probably be the start of an NFL video. So I just want to tell everyone to join me Sundays on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel at 1 Eastern, 10 Pacific for live coverage of me basically watching every game and telling you what's happening and giving you the latest live line for your live bets. And maybe we'll give out some live picks as well. Your picks in the chat are welcome. It's going to be you and me interacting. That means you be in the chat interacting with NFL football for the early games every Sunday. This week we'll also do the late games unless I fall asleep on camera. And we have enough action, I think, in the afternoon. When we get down later in the season of 3 games, we'll rethink that. I think it's actually week 3 or week 4. But nonetheless, please join me for our live show yet to be named. I told Tony to name it because he always comes up with like the perfect logical name, right, of what exactly the show is. But also the most important feature, I think, of it will be the coverage of college football, opening lines that come out just 1 hour into the NFL games. This is how I would spend. I did a live NFL show like this several years ago for a couple of seasons, and that was before the pandemic. And so I'm getting back into it. But what happens is those lines come out at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, college football lines. So as we narrate the games and the games move to halftime in the NFL, we're going to be talking college football and giving you the latest line moves in real time. So you can get on those moves. Be ready with your college football numbers if you can. And we're going to make sure we get you the best line possible. Whether we agree on the game or not, we're going to tell you where the lines are moving live. So join me for that, our new show. Okay. Thank you. All right. Let's see if we have any comments about the games yet. Here we go. The Panthers and the Falcons. Look, it's Panthers and Falcons. We can't, they're all great games. This is the NFL. Mindy, Panthers
Yes.
and Falcons here. Look, it's even we want to see we want to see these young quarterbacks. How will they fare in week 1? We know, typically it's usually a disaster. But Bryce Young, even Ritter, bigger Young's career trajectory, even though he's coming in with, being a rookie and all. We know Ritter's had some experience, but how much really has he, had, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, exactly. He finished what? The last 4 or 5 games, perhaps last year. But yeah, I've seen bold predictions for this Falcons team. I'm not so sure they're going to win that division, but we'll take a look at it as we go here. It's going to be exciting. I mean, what more do you want than 2 kind of rookie quarterbacks, right? Bryce Young under center. It's going to be a fun time. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the over here. 39 seems a little low to me to start this one off with some pretty powerful guys out there. You got Bijan Robinson, you got Cordarrelle Patterson. I really like that you got Adam Thielen there now for Bryce Young to get the ball to. I'm not so sure that it's going to be a big defensive game here. I think they may struggle a little bit, even though these 2 teams, I think, are maybe going to be known for their defense as the season goes. I just don't think it's going to be this game. And I think 39.5 right now is a little bit too low. Taking the over.
Okay, I'll give you that. I will say this, that this is just a generality as we start the coverage here. I know we talked about last night's game and we were on the under. Mindy gives out the over here. I understand. In fact, she's getting the best of the number now. It opened as high as 42 and go down to 39. I get it as far as her play, but also the move with rookie quarterback, even Ritter, division game, all that. Last year, there were 43.8 points scored in the NFL during games in the NFL season. Mindy and I talked about the Chiefs average at home. That's kind of like they were a little bit above average, right? They're the Chiefs. They got a great offense. So that's actually their average at home was a little bit above the league average last year. But, before that, in the previous year before last year was also low scoring. If you go back to the 2020 season, there were an average of 49.6 points for the entire season.
That's
Get
crazy.
this. In just 2 years, they have lopped off 6
5
points.
6
And
points.
look, if you might even say, though, it's a small sample. Is it? It's the entire season. The whole catalog, 17. Well, we know a couple seasons ago it was 60, but 17 games now. So even a bigger sample, anyways, right, of late. So 6 points off whatever's happened. There isn't like some serious rule changes we've talked about, like with college football. That's a big difference right there. Almost a full touchdown less in 2 years. And I don't know if the numbers are necessarily reflecting that, because what we're seeing with over-unders, I mean, it is just a lot of unders, but I'll cover that here no matter what. Mindy goes over in this one. Look, the Sharps are going to be under this one. The Steam came in on the under. I'm not down on Mindy's play. Like I said, she's getting the best of the number. I'm not even sure I trust that Steam all that much. But give me in a division game. I like Bryce Young. I think Carolina's got a good program. I think Atlanta is overrated. We'll see. Carolina's, they've got a lot of work to do, but division game, I'm getting a hook on there, a field goal. I'm on Carolina here. I don't think this game's going to be anything special in this one. So no, well, Tommy, no, it's been the extra point's been like that for through that period right now. So let's see. Oh, Mike, thank you for your stats as well. All right, great. Appreciate you. All right, Mindy. Only a few. Thomas Lewis on the Atlanta Falcons here, and Daryl. What does he say? Daryl always has these great comments, but I don't want to take up too much time. He says, "I bet the Panthers against the Falcons because Ritter has circled this game against." Oh, he bet the
saying it's a re-challenge
against the
from
Falcons.
college days. Yeah,
but he says Ritter has circled this game. Ritter's on the Falcons. So I'm not making sense of it. Am I missing the point here? Oh, he's saying don't be fooled by – he's saying bet Bryce – okay. He's saying bet Bryce Young.
Right.
No. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But he says Ritter has circled this game.
Yeah. But he's saying don't believe the hype, I think.
Okay. I'm not. Look, I'm lucky to be here on this channel. Right. Welcome back, says Burley. He didn't sit to say hi yesterday. Mindy Rem most in the chat today. Hello.
Yes, secret code. We have to crack the code.
Texas and Ravens. So we've got to talk about a little bit more young quarterback action with Stroud up against Jackson here, certainly. The line has moved off the double digits here a little bit. Usually, Mindy, double-digit division or double-digit road dogs, pretty strong usually. But here now it's down to single digits, so maybe throw those out the window a little bit. But still, I'm not sure. Definitely the biggest. Here's the other great thing. Even if a couple of these matchups are kind of, they're close, it's going to be an exciting day on Sunday to start the year. This one notwithstanding, it might not be. What do you got?
Well, I mean, I feel like this spread's a little high, right, for me. But I think it's reasonable all at the same time. But I do remember last year you have the Texans team that covered a lot of games there at the end of the season. The Chiefs, notably, I'm pretty sure we were on that one when they were getting about 12. So it's not one that I think too many pro teams get blown out by 10 points or more. But I think if it was going to happen, it would probably be more or less the Ravens, right? So I'm kind of unsure here what I'm going to take a look at on the side, but I do think this one here is going to be to the under. It is 7-4 to the under when you have an opening line of 44. It's kind of like what you were talking about there. If we just kind of take a look at some of these trends that happen in the NFL regarding these opening line numbers, I think this Ravens defense is going to be tough, a tough task here for Stroud. But I'm interested to see how it goes. But I'll take the under.
It is interesting that you mentioned it. Yeah, I'll continue a little bit on some of that because you did take the under here in this one, and you got a Stroud in there. How is he going to fare against this Raven? Hey, I don't know if it's a big deal, but the Ravens have lost 2 straight games, and those were preseason games. We know how important that is for the Ravens. I'm kidding, but it's kind of funny.
But not at the same time, right? I mean, they had that streak forever.
Right. So we'll see. But here's the other thing about that is that the Ravens are actually one of the strong. They're 6-1 against the spread last 7 years in week 1, but they're just absolutely dismal as home favorites. They've covered just 10 of their last 13. Really? So not great. Now, this has been a disaster trip. Texans would make to Baltimore.
Did you see that was week 1's? It was
Ravens 6-1 against the spread.
You said they were 10 of their last 13. Was that in just week 1?
That was last 2 years. Baltimore is 3-10 against the spread as a home favorite.
Home favorite. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I do want to add, this was the one that caught my eye because you mentioned that you preferred the under in this game, and non-division. Let's see. This is a strong situation when you have these double-digit underdogs on the road. Usually, is a little bit of an under situation. So that's kind of what kind of stands out to me because I'm going to see how their line goes. My indicators are that maybe it's over. I'm going to end up on Houston here, getting the points. And yeah, I mean, I'll probably even have to buy it up to at least get over that 10 and a half now if it's gone down. NFL, I'm not screwing around. Don't know if you know this, but the games seem to land on, kind of the same numbers. You can only score points in 3s and 7s and 1s and 2s. Apparently 6, 6s and 1s and 3s and 2s. So they kind of end up in one spot. I'm going to take the Texans here, give them a chance to hang in their professional football. Come on, what are you guys doing in the chat? Let's see here. Appreciate you guys kind of coming in with the plays here now. Burley overslept after the Thursday night game. He was having a good time.
Everyone's got a case of the Fridays. So.
No, maybe that's what it was because we're not quite up to our other numbers. I know there's other shows that are, this is the time of year we're here every day, Mindy. It's like 300 now, and we're going to be here every day. But
that's right.
I know there's some other shows that kind of go on. Here's an over, but here's an under. And who said take the Ravens? Ravens. Well, blowout. I think he means lay the points, but I mean he's saying blowout. Yep. We're over here. Okay. And we've got Burley. He's taking the dog. Certainly. Yeah. Burley. Well, not always. I'm right. I mean, I'm when it says 9.5, I want 10. And then, if I'm going to have to pay 20 or 30 cents, I'm probably going to do it. And I'll probably sprinkle a little more on the next one up as well. Go to 10.5 or maybe some 11. In NFL football, I'm not if I'm taking a round number like a $500 bet, I'm not going to go 500, boom, win or lose. I'm going to go 100, 200, maybe another 2. I'm going to spread it around a little bit. Around that number in football because you only get so many chances, and we love football, but we only get so many games. Okay, Mindy, keep it going. Hopefully we get us some consensus here.
Right. Look at us go.
Bengals and Browns here in this one. Congratulations to Joe Burrow,
right.
Made a lot of money yesterday. His family is set for generations to come with his massive contract yesterday. I don't think it's going to make him any worse this week. He's great. But you know what? Joe Burrow's not so – the Bengals have a problem here.
They do. The Bengals' problem is they don't usually beat the Browns. Isn't that what it is? But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to the under again, Ramon, here in this one. I just kind of feel like there is this thing kind of hanging over the heads of this Bengals team when they get into to Cleveland there. They just have trouble. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the under. I feel like they're going to be scrambling again to try to come back and get the victory. So, yeah, under here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an under. I mean, I would think this has to be. Look at this total. It's 47.5.
For the
I
Browns.
can't see that happen. I can't see that happen. I mean, I can't see that happening here. Now, look, I mean, we got Burrow, we've got Watson. We're kind of moving away from all the, I don't know if we'll ever move away from the controversy, but
you don't hear about it as much.
Right. And who knows? Here comes Sean with the Bengals in this one. And Burley said, I like the money line, Mindy, with the Browns in this one.
Probably.
But maybe Joey B comes and they can get a last-second victory. It could happen. But I think it's a division game. I'm going to give you you want me to blow up your stat, right? You want me to give you the crusher trend in this game for the under? I love to get you excited with
my
this.
Dreams.
Short road favorites of 3 points or less last season. Under came in 35 of the 46 times it happened. 76% of the games
46
went under. 35 unders, 11 overs, with road favorites of 3 points or less on the road. 76% last season. 46 games.
I like that stat. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with a total that, to me, this is, right? It is, other than, the morning games, this is the highest total on the board.
Yeah.
I call it the early game. Sorry, I'm on the West Coast, you guys. Sorry about that. Half the people probably know what I'm talking about. 40% of the people know what I'm saying. So, all right, there's what you go on that one. Daryl may be favoring the other way, but Dre's on Cincinnati. And yeah, and you're right, division game is division dogs, no doubt. Division home dog. You can go on, and the fact that not only that, Bengals have had big time trouble. I'm on Cleveland. Did I say the wrong thing? We're on the under, right, Mindy?
We're on Cleveland and the under, yes.
Did I just give out my premium again?
You did.
No wonder my sales are down.
Right.
All right.
Giving everything away for free.
This baseball season, I keep giving out the winners here. Germany leads, but just by 6, under 4 to play. Jaguars and the Colts. Well, this is going to be interesting. I feel bad for this kid in a way, Mindy.
Which one?
Anthony Richardson. I mean, look, maybe maybe the Colts, they're a bit of a misfit organization. Maybe that's one of the problems here with Irsay. And remember when they hired Saturday they hired him for a couple of Sundays. But still, Jaguars we saw them have crazy games last year. They couldn't hold leads. They made massive comebacks. This is a division game, and you have a road favorite.
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, I mean, Anthony Richardson is, I mean, he's not my favorite guy out there, right? I was thinking there was lots of other guys perhaps the Colts should have picked instead. But they like him, and maybe he won't make those throwing errors that he did in college, right? But I kind of just feel like maybe he's going to be the one to give this Colts team a spark. I mean, look at what they've had. Like, no spark with, Matty Ice, no spark much with, who's that other guy that I can't, Carson Wentz. I just feel like the Colts have been this just blah team. So maybe I feel like they got a little bit of a chance here. I'm going to go ahead and take the Colts at home and take the points here. Plus what? 4 or 5? I think they get it done.
Now, here's the thing: if you lined up the quarterbacks in like one of those pictures, with they're standing there, and you'd want Anthony Richardson.
Right.
You'd be like, that's, I don't know if he could. We got to go look at him throw, but I mean, this is the guy I'm most interested in walking out there on the field, seeing him throw, and he can run. Look. There's no excuses for taking him. You look at the statistics, right? I mean, usually when you got these quarterbacks that are being drafted, they're all record-setting now, but in different situations. Richardson actually was more of a, and he can, like I said, he can take off running. I think maybe are the expectations high or low the way everybody's bagging on this guy? It feels like if he
I think they're low. So I mean, I think
right. So he should overage. He should have some success that isn't expected, maybe.
Perhaps.
Maybe too bad he was not on a different team. That could be the problem. I'm with you. I'm on the Colts.
All right, let's do it. Let's take the Colts.
I mean, just take those points. Again, here you have a 5.5. Mindy, we're going to be stuck in the system probably with a 5.5. But when I'm at the window, when I'm on my app, I'm taking 6. I'm taking 6.5. I'm taking 7s. And buying it up and laying a little bit of juice here in this one. But I'll also take a little money line maybe on the Colts here. Look, nothing wrong with Jacksonville. They'll be,
I think they're still
decent. They'll be decent. Will they, they've got to still, feels like they still have to keep proving themselves a little bit. So, you're going to say down 3. I'm having trouble keeping my eye on our show a little bit. Actually, let's see if I can pop up plays here while they're running a few here. And maybe I'm just going home dog. It's just so tough. Hey, if I'm going to have a rookie quarterback, I better take him at home and have a feeling that, I can talk about premiums a little bit, but rookie quarterback. It falls into the category too. Now, this one is a little different, but still, how about this one, Mindy? Same division, road favorites. This is a division game. Got a road favorite. There's only 30 of them last year, so this might not satisfy your sample size. But it was 22-8, 73% to the under. Same division, road favorites, 73%, 22 unders, 8 overs. Mindy and I are on the Colts here in this one. And look what Lovable said. The Colts won't score more than 19. So that would help. Look at the total. I mean, the 45. I'm trying to explain to you that, and I just said, right? How about that, Mindy? We could cancel our NFL segment, and I would just say let's go blindly under in every game all year, and I think we will. Let's come back. Let's revisit this. I have a feeling you and I will be together in January, February. Let's revisit that, or I'll say it every week what unders are.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, like if you just have blind bet I know for college for sure. I don't know the numbers, but like over the last 14 years of stats. The under is like out of like 14,000 plays, right? It's like 7,000 to the under and 5,000 to the over. So, I mean, if you just blind bet the unders over the last 14 years, you'd be up like, 2,000 units.
And there's also a couple of sites. I think I'm going to try to find it in the Discord where, because of what I said, Mindy, with and this is sometimes, when I'm looking like just to gamble and I don't have a play on the total and I'm leaning one way or the other, I will go to this chart and I'm going to have to bring it up and I'll put it in the Discord. But, the games land on like a particular number. Like you can look at, you're like,
55 for college.
I'm really close on this game. It's 44. And I think, for example, so like 44 is like one of the most popular numbers of the 40. Like I think it's in the 40s. 41 is the most popular of the 40s. and I just say these because the average is 40, right? 41 is the most popular, followed by 44, followed by 47. But around that number, there are certain numbers that get hit far less. For example, 41 lands 4% of the time, but 42 lands only 1.33% of the time, and 43 lands 3.5% of the time, and 44 lands 3.7% of the time. And you can actually see where if you're just teetering on it, there's like a small percentage where if you add it up, it's going to be like, you could have like a 13% chance that it's going to go over that number, and a 9.5 or 10% chance it's going to go under that number. And that can kind of put you on the right side because, we're really just dealing with math a lot of times here. I don't want to make fun of those guys and my friends, the sharps, that are just, playing numbers. Otherwise, you're going to end up, with some ugly sides, but everyone's, when it happens. Okay, hope you enjoyed that part of the segment. We still got more to go with more action here between the Bucks and the Vikes. And in this one, the Vikings are favored by 5 and the total 45.5.
So we were just talking about all the unders, Ramon, and what am I going to do in this one? I'm going to go ahead and rush the over in this one. So when you have open at 46, right? If we're just going to take a look at betting the numbers, at 7-2 on the over on any 45, 45.5, 46, 46.5. We were just talking about this, but those are those numbers, right?
We are a boring. Good thing you're married because we are a boring date.
Right. But again, when you have those numbers,
I want all the numbers. Lay it on me. I love that shit.
So yeah, you have, whenever you have 45, 45.5, 46, 46.5, like Ramon was just saying, it's 7-2 to the over on those opening lines. I'm hitting the over.
Need I say more?
Right. It's kind of funny how it worked out.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could make up a few stats, but I like the over as well. Maybe we're getting look. Baker's just fine if you like overs. I mean, he'll screw you over for a few crazy plays that'll get the defense on his short field, and you know what? He'll come back and lead them right down the field. That's the thing with Baker. It's not, nobody's down on, I mean, everybody's down on Baker kind of, right? But if Baker didn't turn the ball over, he'd be a Hall of Famer. He can take you right down the field on a moment's notice. Remember that Rams game? I mean, he was unbelievable. Just
right.
Even
just came in and
the Seahawks
lit it up and hit the over in that one. That's right.
The Seahawks, right? When he had like the game of his life. But
yeah, it was like his first game. He just got traded, and made that go over. Pretty sure I had the under on that one. Was all pissed off.
Look, nobody. I'm not. Look, we can bag on Baker Mayfield, but his offensive abilities are not in question. His decision making is the goofy mistake. I'm falling down, throw the ball back over my head right into the lineman's hands at the 15-yard line. These are what gets the other team in position. Germany 113, USA 111, 0.5 seconds left.
How much?
And Reeves
35 seconds.
0.5 seconds left. Yeah. Timeout Germany here.
Who's got the ball?
Let me get to the chat here on the game. I don't want to take our show too much, but a little bit of drama here in this one. It was Austin Reeves with a putback, but that only has them down 2. They're going to need some type of foul situation here, it looks like. So it does look bad for the U.S. here. All right. We must like to gamble. I don't know. Or do we like to gamble, or are we just?
I think it's fun. I like to gamble.
Okay, good point. Let's look at these plays over here. This is the Bucks and the Vikings. Here's Dre on Minnesota. Okay. Agree with this for the most part, but there are if there is a sport where FTP comes into play, that's fade the public. This is it. This is the one. This is the one. Hurley's got the Bucks here. And also, I mean, I'm also, as Germany will advance here. But Mindy, the NFL, I'm less likely to pay attention to the personnel. I mean, everybody knows who they are.
Right.
You talk about baked into the line. There it is. NFL is about as baked in the cake as you could do it, right? The highest volume, the highest limits. For the squares, it's actually I don't want to say it should be easier, but all right. Yep, Rem, game over, no doubt. All right, Minnesota for Mac. Not much going on here. Great, Josh, and it's great to have you in our chat. Yeah, Serbia will take on Germany for the FIBA World Cup. But again, the U.S. If your goal, hey, you want to make the Olympics, you want to win Olympic gold. Remember, there'll be some different players come the Olympics. Titans and Saints. Not many these non-conference games here to open up, but here's the Saints, a 3-point favorite in this one. The total is 41.5.
Yeah, we talked about 41.5. I'm going to go under this total, Ramon. It's like 6-0 to the under in the last decade off of a total of 41. So I think that's where I'll be headed. And if I take a look at, there's a lot of unknowns, right? We don't know how, things are going to work with the Saints. I think he's probably going to be pretty good there. We're not sure who's going to take over for Kamara there for a little bit, how that's going to go. I just always feel like with Tannehill, things are kind of up in the air, but I think at least he finally has a pretty decent receiving core. But I am going to go ahead and look to the under. Both of these teams have pretty stout defenses.
I mean, Tannehill's fine when he's healthy. I mean, this guy wins games. He, takes care of the ball for the most part. Question mark, yeah, the question mark certainly with the same. I hope the best for Derek Carr, but it looks like, a little bit of, when you were supposed to be the man and it didn't quite work out. Now you're going to a situation that I don't think the Saints are any better than the Raiders or any, potentially any better with or without. And the Titans still have that program going a little bit. I mean, I know they were on they struggled there at the end, but that, we'll see. They had it, Tannehill had problems. So I'm going to take a field goal here with Tennessee in this one. It was 3.5, and yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it 3.5. I'll buy it up to 4. Give me the road dog here in this one. I'll take the Titans in this one.
I like it.
Yeah. Here we go. 49ers and the Steelers. This is the Super Bowl we've never got. This one somewhere along. This is the one you played on Madden, right? And you set it all up for that never happened. So the 49ers and the Steelers. It's probably not going to happen this year either, but I don't know. Anything can happen with the Steelers at any moment. We know the Niners have to be considered a little bit of a contender with their man Purdy. Do you believe? Was it real? Was it a fluke? He's back. Is he back too soon? He's in there. And many of the Steelers at home getting points about as solid as a trend as you can get. But I don't know what do you got?
I'm going to take Pittsburgh at home. That's what I'm going to do here. They cover what I think it's like 62% of the time they're at home. I think
only that. It feels like more.
It might be more. That's just what I have. But yeah, I kind of feel like it's going to be a little bit of an unknown with Purdy, right? We know that San Francisco has this elite squad, but we know it's a tough place to play. And for whatever reason, I mean, everyone is jumping on this Steelers team here to just totally outperform their numbers last year. I'm not so sure I'm a total believer in the Steelers, but I think they're going to give them a run for their money here early on, especially with folks like Kittle and stuff out. still for San Francisco. I think this is going to be one of the knockout dragouts here, Ramon. But I like the Steelers and the points at home.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it also qualifies in some of those numbers that I was quoting there. If you like those, right? Because you got the road favorite, right? The road favorite of less than 3 points again here. But I think for me, the thing with Pittsburgh, look, they're 0-5 in their last 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 home openers. But you look at the overall picture. Maybe this is why I thought it was such a more solid trend. Pittsburgh last 9 games as a home underdog, 7-1-1 against the spread. Pittsburgh also 10-3-1 against the spread when the spread is under a field goal. Now they were the favorite in some of those, but what it indicates is close games, right? So games that were expected to be close. That's where the Steelers have thrived, covering 10 of their last 14 in games rated a field goal or less. Meanwhile, we know San Francisco was undeniably hot last year with their winning streak, with the way they closed out the season, the playoff loss notwithstanding, and the injuries and the injury that occurred and all that. They still won 12 of their last 13, covering 10 of those games. So, but here's it. If I can just try to give something negatively on the Niners. I mean, look, Purdy was, he's 7-1 as a starter, but Pickett, they like him in Pittsburgh. If you can get those fans on your side, then you're the man. Until
what is the stuff I've seen on Twitter? You've probably seen it, right? Is Kenny Pickett better than Lamar Jackson at juking out the safeties? Have you seen that?
I don't know, about that, but look, for a guy that comes in, Pickett was never drafted to be the savior. It was kind of like let's draft the home kid, see if it works, and that's kind of sometimes the way things work out in Pittsburgh. And but how about this? The Niners 6-9 against the spread in those same games. So I talk about Pittsburgh 10-3-1 in their last 14 when the games are 3 or less on the spread. San Francisco's 6-9 in their last 15 when the spread is 3 or less. So I'm going to take the Steelers with you, and we're going to be on the Steelers, of course, in this one. All right, and I think the Niners. I think they'll be fine. I think that someone's going to have to challenge this Eagles team. And
I hope we get that one at 3. We'll see.
Yeah, no. Well, again, here we're gonna buy. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna make sure I get a field goal out of this. I'm gonna lay some juice. I don't care about what anybody says. I want to win.
Right. I think that's more important.
I'm taking money line on Pittsburgh actually on some of it, so I'll be doing both. I'll be spreading it all over the place there. I'll do some 2.5, but 3.5 money line. All right. And let's see. Maybe not. Oh, hit another public dog. Yeah, maybe we're on that public dog.
Oh, goodness.
Are we? Okay. Sounds cool.
Probably in a bad mood today, Rick said.
Well, no, I don't know. It just seemed like to me, San Francisco, they're definitely a contending team in the NFC. Pittsburgh, they're hoping to, play well enough to, be that perennial playoff team that they usually are. But really, they've been barely 5. What are they? 9-8 and 9-7 last year with the tie. So they've been just over 500. All right, Mindy. Well, the Cardinals are on the clock here, apparently. Who would have thought that the Commanders would have been a 7-point favorite? The line in the summer wasn't this high, but just feels like the Cardinals, talk about goofball organizations, still feels uncomfortable laying 7.5 points with this Commanders team. Yes, they've got new ownership. At least the guy's not, some misogynist, racist, whatever he is. This guy's just a little goofy. Just a goofy guy with a lot of money. So maybe maybe they'll build a new stadium. Maybe they'll change the name to something else or whatever. But they're a 7-point favorite. And Sam Howell, I mean, he's not a rookie, but he might as well be.
Yeah, they said they
And
want to go back to they said they want to go back to the Redskins, so maybe they will. I mean,
No chance. You'd never do that.
I know. It's just funny comments from a funny guy, right? But yeah, I mean, this is by far the lowest number on the board, and I think it is going to go ahead and come into the under. I don't know how the Cardinals are going to score at all this season. I'm really worried about this Cardinals team. I really like the core receiving core here for the Commanders. I think their defense has played well over the last couple years. So yeah, I think this one is going to be if the Commanders can score 37 on their own. I think this is kind of probably be a 28-3, something like that. Give me those the under here in this one.
Right. It was so for the Cardinals and their whole situation right now, and Kyler Murray off the injury, certainly at this point, and I guess you have with Josh Dobbs now as the starter. What they're saying, huh?
It's bizarre, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like the Cardinals are tanking already, right? They're already looking, but look, Caleb, they're already saying, you know what, we might just come back to USC, but I don't think we want to go to Arizona. They look like the worst organization. Nobody wants to play for these guys apparently, and so it's under. It's under City. It has to be an under here, I would think, no doubt. I'm not sure Sam Howell is going to be overwhelming here. Okay, that game against the Cowboys, I'm not. They won by 20 in that game, but under in Washington home games, 17-6 in the last 23 at home. Also, they went under in 10 of their last 13 last year. Arizona's gone under in 4 of their last 5 openers, and Cardinals haven't won here in 25 years. So they don't play every year, but it's been 8 games.
Wow.
Once every 3 years. Okay. We'll take we've got a lot of NFL consensus, and we thank everyone for I'll be on Sunday. I'll be going over the Sunday games, and then we will hear from Mindy, and so we will have consensus. What you'll need to do is go over to Tony'sPicks.com for the next 2 days and every weekend moving forward. Mindy and I are going to give you free winners 5 days a week on all the games. Hockey's going to start. Basketball's going to start. We're going to give winners every day. But things changing a little bit. It's not a sale. Mindy's going on, like I said.
Banker's hours.
Business. Banker's hours, that means you leave at 3 o'clock. Anyways, I know I kept you long, but it sure is. It's more fun, I think, even though we get stuck long when we're doing NFL, Mindy. You got to give me that. I know I kept you a long time, but it's not like we're doing, we love baseball. But okay, so for Saturday and Sunday, moving forward, if you want our Team Steam picks, you will need a subscription to the Morning Steam. Yeah, maybe we're, doing a little something different. Maybe I don't want to call it a hustle. This is just the way it's working out because of the fact that Minnie's not going to be on the air. That's all. She'll still send me the picks. I'll match them up with mine. We were doing just fine, even with this one yesterday with where is it? Where is the
You'll see it, right? Yeah, the WNBA. It's up there, like third one down.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I can't believe I did that. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh, no wonder we weren't on the screen. Okay, we should have been 3-1.
We were like 4-1, and then here's me like a
I was all texting Mindy. Oh, we had a good day. You're back.
Yeah, we did it.
We're back. So hopefully it worked out. I know Angel watches the show, and hopefully he. I don't know. If you watch the show, obviously we're saying we're never gonna switch on somebody there, and I know Angel could have reached it. No big deal.
It was Omar. Omar.
So here we go with Where did I say? Okay, you go to the morning steam and you click on any of these packages here. You can get the 3-day pass for all weekend for $99, or just wait till Saturday or Sunday. I'll usually have those packages up. Mindy will get them to me a couple hours before the games start, I'm sure. And but again, we'll cover a lot of the weekend football through the early games. We're going to give you, and I don't know. I think maybe we can work out. Yeah, we are going to go through all NFL in the
moving forward.
Yeah, so that won't be an issue. Just on Saturdays, maybe some of the other games Mindy will send me. So we will have more plays and baseball, whatever's going on, and then those other sports when they start. So please consider this if you want to continue to get our plays, because remember, when you look at those handicapper leaderboards, it is us that are there on top of the leaderboards, 20 and a half units this year on the site. So please consider that, and it is supports us. How's that? Is that fair?
It's fair.
Okay, here come the plays. Oh, this is a new feature. We haven't had this for 10 days. Boy, we only had 5 plays. It felt like more. Yep, Daryl says Dobbs is playing for the injured Kyler Murray. I would say he was playing for Colt McCoy, we knew Murray was going to be out. And McCoy, he got bumped out of here. Daryl, thank you for the CFL. It's the one thing I'm not getting to here at this point today on the show. Tony promotes it every time, and we just had a lot of action here today. But I can get to those by the weekend. But let's show Daryl's plays here for CFL, including tonight on Ottawa. I'm not selling CFL. They won't let me run up the units.
Yeah. So make it fair to everyone.
You'll get them in the Discord, Billy, if you want mine. That's where I'll come with it. Mindy, we had a lot of premiums, but some of them are not today. But there's Fever plus 10, Storm over, and here is Mariners and Padres. So we've got action. Tennis action, great action on the women's side. I did give out golf at -$2. I also said lay 4 games. I also said lay 3.5 and ended on 4. But, great job. All right. Thanks, Minnie. Great job on the show, everybody, as well. Hopefully everybody got those changes. Please join me. I'll be promoting that show a little bit more. No need to go over it again. But a new show on Sunday. Thanks, everybody. All right. Catch you tomorrow. I'll be here 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, and Mindy and I will have more premium plays on the site tomorrow. Not covered on probably a few more than usual because of Mindy's. We missed those other games, and don't go back and watch. Don't go read. I know you won't watch me anyways, Mindy, but don't go back because I want to get your.
I'm not. I will give you my honest opinion.
Send me the plays, and if they match up, they'll be on the site on Saturday. So please, just as we say normally, I don't think there's any shame in doing it. Please subscribe.
Here, we'll tell Lovable. The new show is going to be Ramon live during NFL football. Early slate. He said he might move into the late slate today just because, or on Sunday because of the the huge gamut of games. So no buys yet. But that's what the new show is going to be live. He's going to bring you college football lines when they open. And of course, maybe some live in-game betting fun stuff. So there we go.
Yep. All those other shows, they have a bunch of guys on screen. If you've seen them, I have a feeling this is going to be me on screen. Just what everybody wants.
You've invited other cappers. It just depends.
Hopefully right? Hopefully you'll join me. If I can get a couple dozen people, I'd be thrilled, actually. And I have a feeling that once that college football, actually there is one, but it's just like a little show that is going to be coming on. It's not going to be full on with the NFL, but and I know one of the big gambling network channels is doing it as well, but not on the YouTube. It's a site that you have to pay to watch. So here in Vegas, so I think we're going to have something special there, and it's going to be about that college football. Really, NFL's fun. I'm going to be yelling who scored and touchdown and all that. But it'll probably be about those college football moves. I'll probably be just doing them rapid fire. So, all right, great, Mindy, to have you back. Gotcha. I know we'll be 100% come Monday. All right. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.